Today we gather here to support people who are in Kiev, who are fighting for democracy, who are fighting for a country which supports basic human rights, for a country where the government doesn't shoot their people, for a country that can have legal businesses, legal education, and where people can be supported and protected by their government.
I'm here because I've been watching the events occurring in Ukraine, and it's very painful to see the atrocities taking place, people being murdered by the government, people being murdered by government forces using real bullets to stem protesters. And I cannot stand and watch that. I need to come here to express my views and to tell the British government that they need help. Ukraine needs help.
Initially, it did start as a protest because he didn't sign a treaty with the EU, but that is no longer the reason why people are standing in Kiev, and that is no longer really the reason why we're standing here. We're standing here because we want to get rid of him. No one should be killed. No person, no human being should be killed by their own government. It's just wrong. And any government that used to be perhaps legitimate and was even elected democratically loses its legitimacy as soon as it starts killing people like that.
They used to use rubber bullets, but now it's real weapons. They use grenades that chop off hands of people, of women, of children. And it used to be a peaceful demonstration, but people no longer can feel safe there because they can be shot. That is not normal. This is why we're here. We want to show that we do not want to live in a country like that.
People in Ukraine want basic human rights, basic democratic rights. People want to be able to stand up and protest. People want journalists to be able to go write stories without being beaten as a consequence of what they've written in the press. The people just want to live by European democratic and human rights standards.
Yanukovych is a criminal! Yanukovych is a criminal! Yanukovych is a criminal! Yanukovych is a criminal!
My name is Avant-garde. I'm one of the organizers of this rally. We've been demonstrating here outside of Parliament for 3 months now, and the reason we're here is to support our brothers and sisters in Ukraine. Last night, Yanukovych gave the order to start shooting unarmed protesters, peaceful protesters. This morning, we found out snipers have killed over 100 of our brothers and sisters in Ukraine.
I have so many friends and family in Ukraine, and all they're asking for is peace and democracy. They've been peacefully protesting in the center of Kiev, and government snipers have been firing from the top of buildings. Can you imagine if our government was firing from the top of the parliament? It's unbelievable. This is supposed to be Europe, and it's not. It's the Soviet Union. It's a criminal regime, and these are innocent people. Yanukovych needs to leave. Yanukovych is a criminal. He has no right to be in the Ukrainian parliament. He does not represent the people. He is an oligarch. He is mafia. His family are mafia, and he is a corrupt criminal. He has the blood of tens of Ukrainian innocent people on his hands. He is a murderer, and he needs to leave.
We need to stop the bloodshed, and we need the British government to support the sanctions. We need everybody to be aware of what is happening in Ukraine. These people want a free country. They are fighting and protesting for a free country, and they are being called terrorists. We are here to show them that we are by their side.
Those people are fighting for their rights and nothing else. They are not nationalists. They're not Nazis as they're portrayed. There's nothing of this sort. That's just a lie. That's the main thing I'd like to make sure that people know in Europe. Any option of peaceful protest was used until people moved to force. If you take away all options of peaceful protest, that's what you get. You get people throwing rocks. But they were forced into that. Please respect that and understand that. If we were in Europe, we would have waited for elections. We're not in Europe. We live in a tyranny, and that's the reason why that's happened. That's all.
Every single second of today, I've felt tears come into my eyes because it's such a tragedy, and I just cannot believe this is happening in Europe.
We're asking for sanctions, and we're asking the rest of the world to support Ukrainians in their fight for freedom.
Yanukovych is a criminal.
yesterday and today, that days are horrible. We will remember it forever. God told us to forgive our enemies, but these kind of things we can't forgive. We are begging for your help. Word, please listen to us. Thank you.